Hey guys, Dan here. Welcome back to the channel for another sim racing video. Today we're going to be in Assetto Corsa. So recently I rediscovered one of my favourite videos on YouTube. It's by Emptybox. He was driving the R-Factor DRM mod around the Nordschleife in a Porsche 935. It's one of my favourite sim racing videos just because of the amount of energy it takes to drive those cars and just the sheer brutality of those cars are just astonishing. And lo and behold, there is a Assetto Corsa mod for the DRM cars. So here we are. We're going to be taking on the Nordschleife. We're going to be doing 3 laps against a full grid of 24 AI, 100% difficulty, 100% aggression on the Nordschleife here. We're going to be using the BMW M1. Now, at max boost, this car is running about 840 brake horsepower. So really savage car, and it's only got 4 gears as well, which means we've really got to be careful with corner exit speed as well as RPM, because we've got to make sure that turbo is spooled the whole time. Anyway, let's get into it. And here we are now for a full 3 laps in the 1M, or the M1 rather. 840 horsepower. Let's get it going. So these guys take ages to get going, so I'm just going to hold back. Just kind of let them do their thing. Okay, now we're getting into it. Just like I said, I'm going to take it easy. I might be in last place, but the AI do get turned around up here, as you can see. I don't know what this guy's doing. Okay, now coming down to Hatzenbach. Now that the field is spread out slightly, we can kind of take advantage of this. Okay, coming up now to the first big straight. We can really stretch the muscles in this car. Even in second gear, at nearly 100 miles an hour, this car, just the back end just comes out. It's so ferocious, this car. Coming now past the food plots. Send it around the outside of that car there. 175 miles an hour coming into this Radenkreuz and Arenberg now. You can see there's a car that's come off track. Is that a Porsche 935? I believe it is. And now we've got a super fast section up ahead. Really open the taps now. Now I'm not going to overtake the Capri because it's just going to end in tears. So for Adenauer, we're going to leave it in second. And we're just going to cruise round. And then we've got turbo on the exit. We can really see what this car can do. Brake hard now into Metzgerfeld. You can see there's already AI coming off the track. He's not gonna rejoin, that's okay. Brake hard now into Callan-Hard. This car is crazy fast. You need to be in boost, otherwise there's no power from the engine at all. The car simply won't move if there's no boost. You can just about see the top of the boost gauge there. So we're going to swap down into first now. Coming now into the tight bright shaded corners. I'm not saying that right. Please forgive me if you are German. I won't be saying any of these places right. We should be able to get past the Capri here, except he's just taken up all the space on the road. I literally can't get past him. Oh, we locked up our brakes there. Just about managed to save it, and here comes a straightaway. We can really use all the power of this BMW now. There goes our clutch. You can just see how much speed we can use in this car. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like I said, as long as we're in boost, we're good. And the brakes in this car are not as good as something like the Capri or the BMW in front of us. So we have to be really careful on braking, have to brake very early in this car. Coming down through the carousel, 45 miles an hour is about as much as we can do. Now this is a section of the track where this car really comes alive. I want to be in second for this section. We'll be in second for most of this section here. These cars are just holding us up. Unfortunately, we're getting stuck in traffic, which means the cars that are in the top pack are just kind of coming away from us. We might have him under braking here. I'm going to lose him on the inside there. Try and get him under braking on the inside. He's just going to carry it around the outside. He's going to have the inside for the next corner. Let's hope I can just get past him. There it is, got past him. Now we need to worry about this BMW here. This BMW's got a lot less power than us, but he's very nimble. Come on. That's it, Sonny Jim. Let the big boy through. Wonderful, we got the overtakes done. In a section I didn't think we'd be able to do it, but we did. Got to be so careful in that section with this car, because it will just understeer off. I'm going to brake early for this section now. Like I said, the brakes in this car are not as good as something like the 2002 Turbo. I'm pretty sure this car's the worst brakes of the whole field. Next to the Porsche 935, but the acceleration in this thing is cataclysmic. So we're leaving it in third gear so we can kind of coast around this top corner, the Galvin Cop, before heading onto the main straight. This is where this car really shines. 164 miles an hour into fourth. 186 miles an hour, 190 now. I'm going to have to brake because the Lancia's taking up all the road and he just swings in front of me. Oh my god. That Lancia's absolutely pinned. Okay, coming now to T13. Before the straight and into lap number 2. Here we go. Braking hard for this corner. Left hand wheels are locking up there under braking. Got to be careful of this car in front here. I think that's one of the BMWs. Like I said, we've got the power, we've got the acceleration, but we've not got the turning to really match this thing. As soon as we get out onto a straight though, that's where this car just comes alive. Braking slightly just before the jump there, so that we don't take off, because if we do, this car is, well, it's going to be a write-off. Going to take the Lancia on the outside. We're coming down now into Schwedenkreuz. And now flat out. Taking a little bit of precaution here as we come in. We might be on warm tyres, but this car still is incredibly skittish through that section. Any elevation change in this car spells disaster if your mind is not in the right place, if you've not got your throttle in just the right position. The car can just go flying off without any care. Coming down now through Mexicafeld into the miss-hit-miss section. Just trying to lean on those brakes as much as possible. I will start to experience brake fade midway through the third lap, so I've got to be very careful about how I deploy my brakes. Should have been in first gear there for the corner entry. Just under any acceleration, even in second gear, going 80 mile an hour, as soon as the turbo kicks in, the back end just steps out on you and you've got to be really careful to catch it. We're going to blast past this Porsche 935. We've got another Capri that we're going to be stuck behind. I'm going to take this nice and easy. Okay, here comes a fast section. This is our territory now. Let's see what we can do. The Capri takes the wide line, trying to defend from us now. I'm going to take him on the inside. Oh my word, this car is so fast. We've got a yellow flag up ahead. Now looks like it's cleared. No, still got yellow flag. That's going to be a big collision. Yep, there's the car. He's broken his engine by the looks of it. He will be retiring. Second gear now coming out of Steel Stracker. Put it down to second gear. We're just going to cruise into the carousel. 45, 46 miles an hour now. Before out the other end. Wait for the turbo. The trick with this car is as soon as the turbo kicks in, you need to lift off the throttle just ever so slightly, down to about 90%. Because you just need to make sure that that rear end doesn't slip away from you as the turbo kicks in. But leaving the throttle at 90% should hopefully leave you with some boost that as soon as the car finds some grip, you can plant it. Like I said, 840 brake horsepower. This car weighs just over a ton, so it's incredibly light and incredibly fast. It has, as near as makes no difference, 800 brake horsepower per ton. It's absolutely terrifying. So we should really have stuck the car in second for that. Even on the rumble strip, you saw there as I accelerated past the rumble strip, I just lost the back end. I wasn't even on full throttle. I brake hard for this corner here. I misjudged that one a little bit. Just going to brake slightly before the jump, clutch in so that when we land we're not going to stall the car or slip the wheels in any way. Swap down now to third gear. I can take that section faster, but I just want to make sure the car's still going to be in one piece. When we get to this next little last section here before the straight, I want to make sure that our tyres aren't too hot as well for the acceleration onto the straight. We've got the Kleiner carousel now. So just letting off. We see we've got the elevation changes there as well. So we want to make sure that our car isn't accelerating too hard, because as you go over the brow of an elevation change, the car will just lose grip. Here we go now. Another flat out run down the straight. 165 into fourth. That Lancia is going to try and defend, but it's not going to happen. ...191 miles an hour now as we go under the Dottington Bridge. Back on the power, just a slight lift there. I'm going to brake a little bit early in the dip there. This car is absolutely deadly if you don't use your throttle and your brakes in the right way, in the right place. Down to T13, down to first gear, clattering the barrier on the inside. Whoopsie-daisy. Now Hudson back again for the last lap of the track. Looks like we've got a bit of clean air, so we should be able to catch up to the pack in front. Oh, down into the second now for the first of the Hudson back curves. It's getting very hot in my studio right now. Braking now for Hocheichen before the straight over the Flugplatz. Braking just before the brow. We don't want to take off. It's getting quite dark as well. Started the race at 5:30, so it's going to be near 6 o'clock by the time we're finished. 160 miles an hour into fourth. Schwedenkreuz now braking hard. Just want to make sure that the car is stable enough. Down into second gear for Arenberg. Make sure that we're in boost for corner exit so we can just absolutely send it now. Into fourth gear. I held the throttle in just then. Add an hour force now. Leaving it in second gear. It's going to take a bit of a wider line, so we've got a later apex, so we should just be able to get the power down sooner. Perfect, away we go. My god, this car's hard work. Looks like 1.5 bar of boost on this turbo, which is about 21 pounds per square inch. Absolutely huge turbocharger. I think the Porsche was running about 2.3 bar, which is just immense. Into third now for the miss hit miss. Down into first. Slipped off the brake pedal there. Into second now for the acceleration section. And brake hard now, hard. Locking up the rear wheels there under braking. Can feel the back end of the car coming out. And plant it. It's really hard to see. My headlights don't seem to be doing an awful lot. Okay, up now for the acceleration zone. Here we go. This is where we make up the time on those Lancias and those BMWs. And let off a little bit for this one and then back on the power. 166 miles an hour into fourth gear there. Braking for this section here and then back on the power. I'm not going to be silly here. I'm going to let him have it for now. I am going to take the inside line off this guy. He's keeping it in the middle. I'm just going to brake down now for the carousel. Oh, that was a bit of a rough carousel there. Back on the power now. These cars are so hard to drive on the limit. But if you can find the limit, they are beautiful machines. Really fascinating cars. The best thing about these cars as well is that every single one of them is different. This M1 drives completely different to the BMW that's in front of me there. The 2002 Turbo is so much lighter, but it has much less horsepower. So you can be on the limit more of the time, but this car, because it has so much horsepower, I think it has twice the horsepower of the BMW in front, you really need to be careful where you're applying that power. If you're too liberal with the power, then the car is going to come off the track. Gotta be careful for that dip. Gonna take the BMW on the inside and just floor it. That's how you do an overtake in this BMW M1. Even third gear, 150 miles an hour, you saw the back end of the car step out there into acceleration. That's how brutal this car is. 150 miles an hour, and the back just steps out without warning. Here we go now, Kleiner carousel for the last time. Coming down now to Gloggenkopf for the final time, onto the long straight for the final time. Here we are, we're in boost and off we go. 120 miles an hour out of Gloggenkopf, down the Dottinger, now into fourth gear. And we're just reeling in those cars in front of us. Absolutely brutal speed in this car. No other word for it. $195 miles an hour now at the end of the straight. 196, that's the fastest I've ever been in this car. Braking now. Trying not to heel toe because I don't want to lose any braking power. Toyota Celica in front of us there. Down into first gear and across the finish line. I'll take a sixth place happily. What an amazing race that was. Absolutely phenomenal. 24th to 6th place in 3 laps. That's a really, really solid performance. I'm very happy with that. Oh, wow. So, guys, that will be it from me today. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video and a little look at the DRM mod. It is a little costly. It's €15 if you want to buy this pack. And obviously the Nordschleife is included in this. I would have used the Heritage version, but I didn't have the download ready, so the normal version will have to do. Besides, I don't know how different the Heritage version is from this one. But like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you liked it, make sure to leave a like in the bottom there, and also tell me in the comments what you'd like to see from this channel as well. I'm really intrigued to see what you guys would like. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. My name has been Dan. Good night.